Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Origami Dojo. It's been a while, I know, but I've kind of been busy taking care of a child. Well, the child specifically. This one, or his face anyway. It's really a simple model and I kind of made it while I was designing actually another project. Basically a full version of the child, but I thought in the meantime while I'm finishing up this design it would be kind of fun to teach you guys this one. And unfortunately my art skills might not be up to the task here, but it's the folding that counts, right? Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be using a sheet of copy paper, which is green on both sides. If you're using a piece of origami paper, you should start with the colored side on top. Now, first things first, if you are using printer paper, you need to turn this into a square. And the easiest way to do that is just to fold it so that this edge lies on top of the top edge, like this. So basically, you take that edge and fold it up. And then you're going to crease sharply as you can. And now you just need to cut this rectangular section off. And then you can just either discard this or fold it into something else using some of the other tutorials on my channel. Anyway, so we're going to unfold, and now we want to make another diagonal crease. So to do that, we're just going to rotate the paper around, take this bottom point, and fold it up to the top point. Then let's unfold, and we will turn it over top to bottom, and then rotate it around slightly, and now we want to fold it in half, horizontally and vertically. So we're going to take the bottom edge, fold it up to the top edge, line everything up, and then crease sharply. And once we have that, we're going to unfold, and then we're just going to rotate around, and then take the bottom edge, and again fold it up to the top edge. Alright, and let's unfold, and well actually this time we probably could have actually just left that folded, because what we're going to do is basically take it, and with the folded edge on top and the open edge on the bottom, we're just going to take these two edges and just bring them together like this, so that we kind of get this giant open mouth at the bottom here. And then we're just going to squeeze that in like so, and then fold one flap toward the left in front, and then take the other behind and fold it to the right. And then we're going to flatten again. And if you did it right, you should end up with something like this. So basically you'll have this tiny little square shape, and basically all we did was we took our original square and just collapsed it down into the smaller square. But now we need to fold the bird base, which if you don't know how to fold, I'm going to show you real quick. We're just going to take this edge on this side here and fold it up to this midline. And when we fold it, we want to make sure that this point in the bottom here is reasonably sharp. And then we're going to crease, and this crease is going to be a little bit harder because it's through a few more layers. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We'll just take that edge, fold it in, make sure everything lines up and that it's all nice and neat. And if you did it right, basically you should have this larger square, and then inside it this sort of ice cream cone shape. We have like the little triangle here and then the little triangular piece of ice cream on top. And now what we want to do is open them out, and then we're going to lift up this top flap just a little bit. And then what we want to do is take this point here and just push it inside like so. So we're just going to push it inside, and it's going to go in smoothly on the bottom, but on the top, not really. So what we want to do on the top is find this little crease, this existing crease right here, and just take our fingers and just sort of pinch it, just so that it folds inside better. And we'll fold down. And there we go. Now we want to do the same thing on the other side here. So we're just going to open this up a little bit. We're going to take this bottom part and just push that in. And then when it comes toward the top, we're just going to switch to the top here, find that little crease, and then just turn it inside out by making little pinches along that line. And there we go. Once you do that, then your paper will want to collapse down, and there you go. Everything is all nice and flat again. And then instead of that ice cream cone in the center here, now we have a little kite. So what we want to do now is turn over, and we'll do those steps on this side as well. So we'll take this edge, fold it into the center, and I am going to go just a little bit faster this time because I'm assuming you kind of know where we're going with this and I don't want to make the whole thing too tedious. We'll fold in the other edge. Then we're going to unfold, lift up the bottom here, or lift up the bottom flap here, I guess, whatever, it doesn't make any difference. Squeeze in along the bottom on one side, and then find that crease and just pinch along it. And then do the same thing on the other side, just fold that in, and find that crease, and then again, just make pinches along that, and then collapse it back down. And this is known as the bird base, and it's also the base for our Baby Yoda head. So to make that head, we are going to rotate the paper around like this, and now what we want to do is take this flap and just gently lift it down like this, not really making a crease here, although, well, you know, if this is the back side, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess we could just fold that down like this. Alright, so now what we want to do is find this flap right here, and we're going to take it and fold it out as far as it will go. And you'll notice we kind of have this little crease here from the flap being folded up like this. We're just going to take this flap and just line it up with that crease. So what we want to do is unfold it, and then we're going to make what's called a reverse fold. So this is kind of similar to what we did earlier with pushing the sides into the center of the paper. We're just going to take this flap, open it up, and basically just push it inside out. And you can kind of see here what we're doing. And again, just like we did earlier, we're going to want to take this crease and then just kind of pinch along it, just so that it changes direction. And same thing with it. And then we're just going to, and kind of same thing with the center, except we're just folding it in half now. You're basically just taking this flap here and just turning it inside out a little bit. Like this. And now what we're going to do is take this flap and just fold it down. And then we're going to unfold it, and then we're going to push it inside just like we did before. So we're going to pull this flap out, and then we're just going to keep a finger here to hold this part behind in place. And then we're going to take this one and just push it inside out like this. And then when we do this, we're going to want to find this crease right here. And we're just going to want to make a little pinch along that. And there we go. If we turn it around, we can see that one of Baby Yoda's little ears is done. So let's turn it back over and do the same thing on this side. And hopefully if you manage to fold the other side, this one should be a little bit easier. You're basically just going to fold this flap down. And then you're going to unfold, and we're going to reverse fold it inside. And if you remember how to do that, we're just going to open up. We're going to make pinches along this crease here to turn that crease inside out. We're going to reverse fold it down. Just going to turn it inside out. And then we're going to flatten it. And then real quick, we're going to do the same thing here. So we're going to hold this flap here in place. And then we're going to take this one and just turn it inside out by pushing that fold down like this. And there we go. If you manage to do that, both of Baby Yoda's little ears are done. So to finish him up, we are basically just going to take this flap and fold it back up. And let's turn it over to the front here. And you can see the ears are okay, but we kind of need to shape things. And, you know, because Baby Yoda's head is kind of a little bit rounded-ish. So we also want to do that here. So we can fold the corners here behind on the ears just to make them a little less sharp. And we can take the corner of the face here and also fold that behind. And the one over here. And I'm not really using any guidelines for this. Pretty much you can just fold these back however far you think looks good. And let's do the bottom corner of the ear here. And we'll take the bottom of the head and, of course, round that out. Because, of course, Baby Yoda does not have a pointy chin. And now we just need to get rid of these unsightly little flaps in the top here. And the easiest way to do that is just to take them and just fold them over. Something doesn't look right here. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. Let's quickly turn it back over. We're going to unfold this flap here. And you could just leave this one folded if you still have that folded. We're going to lift up this top flap here. And we're just going to take the ear flaps and we're going to fold these corners in a little bit. Which I guess my hands are kind of in the way. There's a little bit of shadow. But basically we're just going to take this little corner down here. And we're just going to fold it like so. And the exact amount, again, as I've said before, isn't really important. It's basically just whatever looks good to you on the final model. And if you want, you can actually flip it over to the front and you can kind of see what it does for the ear. Yeah, that looks good for me. So I'm just going to turn it back over and do the same thing here. Oh, this flap kind of got folded back again. So we're just going to lift up this top flap here, take this corner, and then just fold it in a little ways. And there we go. Now all we have to do is take this flap again, fold it back, and then we can, of course, again, fold these points down to round out the top of Baby Yoda's little head here. And there we go. Your Origami Yoda is complete. Alright, that is it for our simple Baby Yoda face. If you made it this far, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and check out some of the other videos that are probably playing on the screen here. There's some of my older videos probably, so quality, I can't vouch for that. But if you want to see what my younger self was up to back in those days, yeah, feel free. There's probably some cringe buried in there. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Keep folding, and we'll see you guys next time.